Hey everybody. So this week's question is, why didn't Jesus speak more to equality in his day if that was so important to him? If Jesus was going to be a great champion for so many different folks, then why didn't he speak up for them when he had the chance? I think that is a great question. And it's honestly even broader than many of the broad questions we try and answer here in such a short amount of time. So I'm going to narrow the focus on this to looking at just women, particularly in that time from a society standpoint, although we could do this with issues of ethnicity and sexuality as well. When it comes to women, we want Jesus to have said things like women should be treated as equals. We want him to lift up the women of his day and to talk about things that honestly are really important to us in our day in terms of pay inequality, glass ceilings, how they have been treated in general. I completely get that. The thing is, Jesus doesn't live in our day, he lived in his. He lived 2,000 years ago in a time where women were treated as second class citizens at best. A very patriarchal, dominated society where women simply had no voice. And the reality is that when Jesus spoke to women, when Jesus spoke about women, he did exactly what we are talking about here. Jesus treated women with an incredible amount of respect. Jesus treated women by treating them as human beings. I mean, that's really the thing about Jesus. Jesus didn't try to treat women as the weaker sex that needed to be protected, as people who couldn't speak for themselves. No, the reality is Jesus actually spoke to women. He had conversations with them. He asked them about their faith and what mattered to them. Jesus did this time and time again. Jesus challenged women, something that actually shows how much he respected them and wanted them to be seen as full members of society. The reality is that Jesus did this over and over and over again in a time when no one did that. It stood out so much that we have all of these stories recorded about Jesus's encounters with women when there shouldn't be any. So yeah, Jesus doesn't talk in our language in our day. He didn't speak English 2,000 years ago. He didn't deal with the situations that we have. But if you're looking for a champion, someone that saw women as God created them, well, I think we've got the absolute best model that we're ever going to find in the encounters that Jesus had time and time again with the women of his day. And that challenges us with how we might have encounters with women in our day today. Again, we could have some side conversations about how this might play out in terms of ethnic challenges, sexuality challenges, and I'm going to tip my hand a little bit and say that we would end up at the same spot. But from a women's standpoint, let's be clear. Jesus says, I think, exactly what many of us need to be challenged that Jesus said. He just said it in his day, in his time, and in really, really powerful and profound ways. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here next time.